Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Tune Review YouTube channel, where it is at the moment just me because I ain't got a clue where Jade is at the minute. I believe she's finishing work and getting sorted up. She's just popped up. Hi, Jade. She's not quite ready to come on yet. This is the big one. It's Germany versus England, and obviously it's a massive, massive fixture. And we will see who progresses into the quarterfinals of the European Championships. And it's certainly an exciting one, given how now the Dutch are out. It really does open up the draw, especially if England can get through the Germans. It really does give us an opportunity to take it a step further. And maybe, just maybe, you never know, take ourselves into glory and actually bring it home. Jade, good evening.
Hello, sorry about that.
All right.
Technical problems.
You missed all the new intro and everything, Jade.
Oh, God, I'll catch up.
Oh, I don't know what you like. Yeah, you're a bit flustered there, Jade.
I'm a bit, yes, getting sorted, though.
Well, Chip has just messaged in there. Southgate can't bottle it tomorrow. 7 defensive players on the pitch. We'll show our intent. Like most teams, have a go at them and get them on the back foot. We have to have a go at the Germans, surely, Jade.
Well, like I said, they're not the Germans that we know from kind of tournaments past. So I think the only way that we'll get anywhere near them is to go at them. I think sitting back is just inviting trouble, and I feel like that is kind of going to be our worst nightmare because they're going to come at us. And I think what we need to do with our attacking prowess is get at them, because I feel like there is goals that to be had, and I feel the would literally could tear them apart if Southgate picks the right team, that is, instead of not 5 defensive midfielders on the pitch at the same time.
Do you think he's actually going to go with a stronger team, do you think? Or will he a more attacking team? Or will he just play it safe again and go with what he's done so far?
I don't think he'll change it, if I'm honest. I think because that's kind of what we're seeing. He'll stick to what he knows. He'll just swap Foden and Grealish and keep the rest the same, basically. I'd like to see Saka get a bit more time, because I thought he was brilliant.
Definitely.
Against Czech Republic, and I think having players like him and Grealish up front are going to cause Germany loads of problems. But has he got the guts to do it? That's the thing. But I feel like if we play the way we're having the groups, I think it'll be a disaster. But something needs to change. I think that starts with the lineup and how he kind of addresses the game, and kind of hopefully gets a bit more attacking.
Definitely. Tom, good evening. He says, what a game of football tonight. Croatia against Spain. 3-3 extra time. Obviously,
3-1 now. Turned off.
I know. Croatia scored in the 92nd minute to take that to extra time. So I'm not sure what the score is at the minute, because I don't have eyes on the TV at all up in the up in the studio here. Keeping it to YouTube. In the last 18 games versus Germany, England have drawn 2, won 5, and lost 11. I think our run ends tomorrow, personally. Yeah, I mean, not many people are confident of tomorrow night at all, but it's one of them things. Tom says, hi, Paul. Hope you and your family are well. Ignore the haters. You have so many more behind you than those sad little bastards. Thanks very much, Tom. Yeah, I had a bit of a... I had them coming at me, shall we say, at the weekend, but it's all done and dusted now, and they're all blocked anyway, so I don't care. England versus Germany generally could go either way. It could be close, but either side could really embarrass the other. Honestly, have no idea how it will go. I just have a feeling he's going to play the same 2 holding midfielders again, because obviously the Germans, we know they've got Toni Kroos, who's fair enough, he's getting on in age now, but he's still a quality midfielder, Jade, and that's where the game for me could be won or lost tomorrow, is in midfield.
Oh, definitely, yeah. I think that's what they kind of threaten with, is their midfield. They do push on, and they have got some great talent there. But personally, if it's not something that I feel like we could not handle if we play the right formation. I don't know, obviously their midfield, I'd like to see it more attacking, but in my head I'm like, should we stick with the 2 central defensive midfielders, because that'll kind of keep them intact in their midfield and then get it forward. But my worry is that you'll have 11 men behind the ball and then try and do the counter like Mr. Brewster's, and I feel like that's not going to work with them, because I think we'll be left too open at the back. And
Don't say Mr. Bruce. Whatever you do.
That's what I feel like I'm watching sometimes when I'm watching England. It's not look Newcastle and England supporter, but no, I think we'll have to go at it. We'll have to.
Tom says it's Croatia 3, Spain 5 at half-time of extra time. Oof. So some game, without a shadow of a doubt, it's been some game. Absolutely remarkable game of football going on there. I'd like to see us possibly get 5 against Germany tomorrow.
That'd be nice.
all in the 90 minutes, of course. Chip has 10 goals in 2 games for Spain. Looks very shaky at the back. Yeah, that's the thing with Spain. They're not the powerhouse they used to be. I think that's fair to say that they are building. But on the England side of things, Jade, with Holland getting knocked out yesterday, which was a complete shock. I thought Czech Republic were fantastic, but knocking Holland out, the draw for England now. I mean, they are literally the biggest footballing nation left on this side of the draw, and apart from obviously Germany, but if we get past Germany, surely this is a way forward to make this at least the final.
Oh, absolutely. I feel like we were all saying we wanted to come second to get an easier draw on this one, but when I've looked at it, I'd much rather be on this side of the board compared to the other one where all the big hitters are. But yeah, now that Holland are knocked out, if we get past Germany, I have no doubt in my mind that we will make it to the final because, well, we should anyway. Never know. I don't hate saying that because you never know with these tournaments. There's some shocks hiding there already. So
but I mean, even if we play shite, we haven't been brilliant so far. We haven't conceded a goal somehow. I just think it might open up for us. I really do. Sorry to say I've gone for a Germany 2-0 win because if we continue to sit back and how I feel, play boring each game and try to get a 1-0 win, then Germany will attack. How do you think the Germans are going to approach this game? Do you think they can genuinely feel like they can go against England and score loads of goals or really attack us? Or do you think they're going to be a bit wary of what we've got up front and maybe they will be the team sitting back?
Oh, I don't think they'll be scared of us at all, to be honest. I don't think that's the German way. And I feel like if you kind of Germany watched us in the group stage, what have they got to be afraid of? Do you know what I mean? There's nothing really there that we've kind of proved in the past few games that is scary. On paper, they should be petrified because it's a scary team on paper, but the way they've been playing, if I was Germany, I'd be going in this full of confidence, thinking that we were going to win. Because it's just a shame because the players we've got just have so much more potential to have attacking, lovely football. But it's a case of we've just literally sat back and kind of, to be honest, we've got lucky the past few games of that, the fact that one, we haven't conceded, and two, like an experienced player in Sterling has came up and scored when he needed to, but I feel like it hasn't been nice to watch. I haven't really enjoyed watching England.
I just think the Germans are a bit lightweight up front. I don't think they'll. I think that's the thing. It's hard, isn't it? Because I feel like there's not much there. But knowing England, I feel like we should be going in this full of confidence and going like, look at them. What have they got? We can literally take them apart if we wanted to. But it's just with England, I'm never 100% confident. Well, they're playing Kai Havertz, aren't they? They're playing Kai Havertz as like this false number 9, which really doesn't play that way for Chelsea. He's more of a number 10. So putting him as a false 9, you would think that the great German sides down the years have always had prolific strikers. They've always had that striker that they can turn to. I can remember back to '86 with Rummenigge, and then lately with Klose and a couple of others. It just makes me wonder why they haven't got that standout striker anymore. And is that going to be an opportunity for England? Because for me, Havertz hasn't looked brilliant in this tournament either, and he's just getting his sort of feet under the table at Chelsea. So they are lightweight up front.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't think our defence so far, I think, has been solid. And I can't see if we keep playing the way we do, just like defensively, because I have no qualms about how we've defended. I think we've done brilliant, to be honest. Even hold my hands up and say Mings has done a fine job when he's been needed as well. My God,
woman, shake your head.
No, I'm sorry.
Dear God.
I said it. But no, I think like there's no one in that team that really scares us if they were coming towards where like attacking that way. And I feel like we could handle anything they did throw at us. And I feel like we have got enough in theory to go forward and score a few goals as well. But it depends how he plays them.
It is. That's what it is. It depends how Southgate goes about it. Billy, good evening to you. Does anyone know which channel is showing the second round game, Scotland versus Cloud Cuckoo Land? Can't see it advertised anywhere.
Oh, it didn't take
Billy,
him long.
Honestly, no, he's not. He's still at the Scots. Peter, good evening. 2-0 Germany. I've gone for. The way we've played has been so dross. Looking forward to the watch along tomorrow. Yes, I am. I have a feeling it's going to be a very energetic one, and then myself and young lady here will do the match reaction after the game. Will we be happy? Will we be sad? Will we be angry? Who the hell knows?
I know we keep saying how we've played the past 3 games in the group have been awful, and we can't deny that. But all I keep saying is when you get at the knockout, it's a completely different tournament. I mean, look at some teams that have done brilliant in the groups and got in the knockouts and been very poor. There's teams that have been very poor in the groups and came into the knockout and been fantastic. So I feel like it's a completely different tournament now. This is kind of where the big players step up. I feel like in the groups we were kind of expected to win, so I didn't feel we had to try too hard to get a win. I feel it was very kind of easy to kind of just, I know it sounds overconfident, but we were very overconfident. We're thinking we're not need to kind of exert ourselves here. We're going to get a few points at least to kind of get out of the group. And I feel like now this is where your big players step up and go, right, guys, now we need to really perform and get at them. And hopefully, I might be wrong, but I'm hoping that's the attitude tomorrow when it's a kind of, you have to win. I hope the big players do.
All we have is hope, Jade. All we have. All we have.
We'll live by.
Billy says, hope you're better, Jade.
Thank you, Billy.
See, I told you people had missed you. Chipper says 2-0 to the Germans for me. Sadly, this is where they come to strength. See, I don't agree with this. I mean, I don't agree with the Germans. People saying the Germans are coming good and all that. I don't see it. And I really do think if Southgate plays this game right tomorrow, we should beat Germany because they are not the powerhouse that they used to be. They've got a manager who picks his nose and eats it on the sidelines, and then he puts his hand down his pants and eats it. What is that? Seriously,
he shouldn't be allowed due to COVID measures. That kid should be banned.
It is sickening. And why isn't the TV director saying that's not what the punters will want to see on their television screens while they're eating popcorn or wherever it may be during a football match, watching Yoki Low stick his hand down his pants, have a good scrat around, and pick out whatever is in there and eat it.
They don't deserve to go through just for that, really.
Well, I agree. Yes, I mean, yeah. Oh.
No, but if you feel like when I watched them, because I was trying to in between the 2 games when it was France and Portugal and Hungary and Germany, I was in between both. And when I saw them, I wasn't very impressed. Yeah, they scored 3 against Hungary, but Hungary tore them apart at the back. And I think we've got a better team than Hungary. So I feel like I understand where people are coming from because obviously watching
2-2. It was 2-2.
Was it 2-2? Was it? Yeah. I'm busy losing count of all of these.
They almost went out because Hungary were over. I mean, come on, Hungary were beating them 2-1. Hungary. I mean, they're not exactly a force of nature and a World Cup winning side. I think they've won it once actually, but never mind. What I'm saying is, I just can't see it. I believe if Southgate puts the right players out tomorrow and tells them. And takes the shackles off their ankles, that we have a real chance of winning this game. Dale says, hi, Paul and Jade. We ready for a battering tomorrow? There's not many confident England fans, and I'm very surprised.
And again, I do get where that comes from because what we've watched so far hasn't filled us with confidence. But nothing in the Germans scare me. I can say that for sure. I'm not scared of. Obviously, I'm not playing against them, but I'm not that. I'm not unconfident.
I mean, for me, Gundogan hasn't looked the player he's looked for Man City. Muller is 107 years old. So, I mean, come on. We've got a really good opportunity here. And I think, yes, I've been quite negative about England so far in the tournament. And I believe that I've had a right to do that because we have been god-awful. But on the flip side of it, we haven't conceded a goal. We haven't been beaten in the group stages. And I just feel like some of the players that we have available to Southgate, we should be beating Germany. Now, it's all down to the manager, who I have very little faith in, to be honest. I don't have faith in Southgate at all. I've got more faith in my little toenail dropping off in the next half an hour than I do in Southgate. But this is just something that we have to trust in him for this game, because I do believe. I mean, if we lost to Germany tomorrow, he should be fired. But there's rumours that he's going to get a new contract either way. But we'll see. Billy says we should have the legs to run them ragged, but I'm not holding my breath. Still see us winning mine 2-1. Good on you, Billy. And Billy's right there, Jade. We should run them ragged, given the youth and the energy and the legs that we have in the team, compared to the Zimmer frames that Germany still have in their team.
Oh, absolutely. But one of the criticisms I had is kind of, I feel like I'm repeating myself from watching Newcastle. They did look tired. Some of them did look quite tired, but
yeah.
What I keep thinking is like it's hard going from your season with your club and then having a couple of weeks and then going straight into international football. I feel like we have been very lucky because all of our games have been at Wembley, and I feel like that is going to also be a massive factor. We've also had a couple of days rest as well. But yeah, the youth we have, there's really fast players, really young, good players, and compared to their they're quite an older team. And I feel like we should have the legs to beat them every single time. And I understand, like, obviously when we play Germany, it's always like, oh, big thing. But if you want to win tournaments like this, you've got to go against decent teams and you've got to prove that you can beat them. You can't just hope for easy draws every time, because that's not the whole point of it.
If we want to win something like Euro 2020 or World Cups or whatever it may be, you've got to beat the best teams. But I really don't believe Germany are one of the best teams.
I don't.
Italy have looked a lot better. Belgium have looked a lot better, although they kind of struggled. But I feel when it comes to crunch time now, where if you have an off game, you're out. You're gone home. It's over. And I just think that we have this opportunity to get a couple of goals against the Germans and get the confidence right up, providing our manager goes about it the right way. Chipper says, what a game on ITV, although Level 7 David said he didn't even see it. Evening Paul and Jade says, Tom. Geordie, evening also, there might be a corner with Muller and Rice. Oh. Well, Geordie, congratulations.
That was good. I like that.
Yeah, well thought of, mate. And I wonder how long you've been waiting for today for this show to start, and you actually come on here with a joke like that. But well done, Geordie. I'm
going to say that.
Yeah. Geordie says, did any of you watch John's live stream yesterday afternoon with the Dortmund journalist? I did. The Dortmund journalist was obviously very confident that England won't get any further in the competition. But what do you expect from any other journalist, really, from Germany? They are going to back their sides, unlike the English media, who really go the opposite way. But yeah, it was good. It was. Chipper says, as I said last week, Katie Price offers more than Rice, so I play Phillips holding with Sterling, Foden, and Grealish behind Kane. Sterling. You know what? I'm half and half on Raheem Sterling. I mean, I know he scored our only goals in the tournament, that's saying something alone. But I just feel Southgate quite categorically and clearly has an issue with Jaden Sancho. For me, there's no doubt about it. I would play Sancho on the right. I'm sorry, but I really would. I'd leave Sterling out. I'd put him on the right. I'd put Grealish on the left, Foden behind Kane. And I think that's a guaranteed goal-scoring machine for England.
Yeah, I think I did an interview where someone asked him about Sancho, and he's like, well, it's got to be the right time for him. I was like, well, then why did you bring him? If you feel like this is not the right time for him, bring someone with more experience. And I feel like... Yeah. He's young and he's got the speed, and I feel like he's got a little bit more than Sterling. And I think against Czech Republic was the perfect time to play him. I feel like we were already qualified. There was no pressure. Put him on, see what you can do. Like in the group stage, you could try and find your best team and try and see what works. But I feel like he's just stuck with the players that he's new, and he's kind of his favourite players, and that the ones that he's kind of rely on for more experience. But kind of you've got to remember, like, they're not nearing the end of the career, but they are getting a bit on now, and this is a perfect opportunity to kind of let young English talent come through. And I feel like Sancho, Saka, even Grealish, imagine them three coming up at you. Like, it would just be...
Well, I mean, Southgate, Jay, talking about Sancho, saying he's I mean, the guy has 16 goals and 20 assists in the Bundesliga this season. How is he not ready?
Well, exactly.
I mean,
one of the biggest leagues in the world. Do you know what I mean? Apparently he's not ready, but...
The man's a buffoon. Craig says England will beat Germany. What a surname that is, Craig Berger. Wow.
Get instant.
I wonder if his nickname at school was Cheese.
It's like Harry Burger. I like him.
Harry Hamburger. Yeah, he hasn't been on for a while, actually. Chipper says, remember, it's 20 years since 5-1. Is that an omen? You never know. What a night that was, by the way. Tom says, who do you fancy to win the Euros, Paul and Jade? I'm sticking with France. I went with France from the beginning. But like I said, if we can get past the Germans, you just never know, because France haven't hit the top gear yet either. So watch, they'll go and win about 16 out tonight or something. But I really do. I think France, but England have an opportunity now, providing we get past the Germans.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like once that's kind of, if you get past there is no one else on that side that scare me. I feel like that we could comfortably get there. And I feel, I'm not saying we're going to win it. And I know there has been some shocks, but like I say, on paper, there's no way why we shouldn't be able to get to the final and give France or whoever a good go, because I think the final is a completely different game. So I feel like regardless of who you're up against, you'll give it a go, and it'll be nice to see in the final.
You've just got to go for it in the final.
It'd be nice to even get there. So I'll enjoy the day as it is. So
exactly. Geordie says his starting 11 will be Pickford, Walker, Stones, Maguire, Trippier, Henderson, Phillips, Foden, Sterling, Sancho, and Kane. So he's gone for Sterling instead of Grealish for my front four. But Henderson, I'm not sure, Geordie. I'm not sure on Jordan Henderson. Trippier possibly will come in back at left back. I don't agree with that. I think Luke Shaw should stay at left back for me. But, hey ho, we know that Southgate has his favourites, which is one of the major problems of his management, is because he has his favourites. And he doesn't seem to have the balls to tell other players that, to do things. He hasn't got the balls to tell Harry Kane to stop coming so deep. Billy says it could have been easier too, with Hungary almost knocking Germany out. I mean, we could have been playing Hungary tomorrow. But it's back to the old enemy, I guess, isn't it? Dale says with tanks, machine guns, and bombers. It's all about the war now, and whenever England play Germany, it always heads back to the war.
10 German bombers in the air and all that.
The 10 German bombers. Yes, no more shut down. Good evening, Stephen. Hope you're well, bud. Geordie says, never underestimate the Germans, but I'm hoping for a 1-0 England win. I'm hoping for more than that.
More.
I want a bit more than a 1-0 win. I'm sick of 1-0 wins.
I'll take it now, though.
Jesus back again. England got class players. Yes, we have, Craig. We really do have class players. But we don't have a class manager, and I think that is the difference. That is what everybody's worried about tomorrow. We don't have this world-class manager that I believe these players deserve, because I think if we had a world-class manager, England would be a real force at the minute. Billy says Havertz is their danger man for sure. Well, he's the only one. James says there were 10 German bombers. There you go, Jade. Just as you mentioned it. Josh, good evening. Pickford, Walker, Stones, Maguire, Shaw, Phillips, Wright, Foden, Mount, Kane, and Sterling. So a lot of people are going with Sterling still, Jade.
I don't know. It's a funny one, because I do like him, and I feel like he's kind of proven that he does deserve a chance.
Yeah.
But you kind of have to weigh up, does he deserve a chance over kind of someone a bit more quality than him? But he's kind of shown that he pops up when you need him, and he's kind of scored our 2 goals for us. So I feel like that argument, I'm kind of like, well, he's kind of deserved to be where he is, and I
agree with that. I agree with that. I don't know. There's just too many places. Gareth Bruce will play 5 right backs, 4 false number 10s, and a Harry Kane in a sleeping bag up top. Well, we've got to see something different from Harry Kane tomorrow. That's a certainty after his performances so far this tournament. He needs to pull his finger out. Sancho has got to start against Germany. A record of something like 16 goals and 20 assists in the Bundesliga. Germany will know about Jaden Sancho as well, and they will fear him because they know what he's done for Dortmund this season. So, let Jaden Sancho off the leash against the Germans.
I think that's probably the best time as well, is it? Because they're going to know about him, like you say, playing in the Bundesliga, and I feel like he'll want to prove a bit more against them as well, kind of being that he's kind of where he plays. And obviously, I don't know if he's going to Man United, but he'll want to show that kind of he's got what it takes to be this massive transfer target that he is. And I just don't understand why he hasn't played him, to be honest, because I feel like I said, against Czech Republic, I feel like that could have been the perfect game for him. It kind of give him a bit of confidence and get on a run. Yep. But I feel like if he does play in, he gets that confidence, and he does if we do go a bit more attacking, I think we could be unstoppable if all of them front players get a chance and we kind of play the right way.
Yeah, definitely. Billy says, Sealer, Muller, Rummenigge, Voller, Klinsmann, Klose, they have nobody anywhere near the class of those strikers they've had down the years. Exactly, which is a big surprise. Germany, being the big football nation they are, not to have an out-and-out striker, I find it bizarre. Junior, good evening to you. Do you prefer facing Germany or you prefer facing France in the round of 16? Germany. I think we said that together, Jade, because there is no doubt about it. At one
point when we were playing France, I was like, oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, let's just move on from France until we have to think about them. We've already seen that one. Joachim Downsy Pants, scratch and sniff low.
Oh, God. Honestly, he's a vile human being. Like, he just, every time I look at him, it makes us cringe. Like, he's like, oh, I gotta get shivers, and I look at him, he's awful.
It's the way he looks. It's just
he looks slimy, doesn't he?
He looks like one of those people that'll be sitting outside somebody's schoolyard. I mean, that's a terrible thing to say.
He's definitely got a few lads in his basement. Like, I'm not even.
Wow. And I thought I was bad about him.
No, he definitely has. He's got a few.
I had a cartoon picture of him somewhere, and I've lost it now. I really need to find that picture of him, because even the cartoon looks creepy. And that's the freaky thing. There it is. Right. Okay. So we'll move that into there. I will be with you in a second. Don't worry. I just really want to put this up on the screen because
I don't want to see it. I don't want nightmares.
Even the cartoon looks awful. It just looks creepy. But it'll be coming shortly. It's on its way. 80s Gamer, good evening. I really hope Saka starts for me. I'm going 3-2 England. Fingers crossed. Saka was outstanding, Jade, against the Czechs.
Oh, he was brilliant. Like, I was actually quite shocked because I haven't really seen much of him for Arsenal. I don't know how much he's played for them, but I haven't really seen much of him because I haven't really watched much of their games. But I was really surprised. He's an absolute little powerhouse. He never stops running. When people go at him, he never gets knocked down. He stays strong. And again, I'm not mentioning Mr. Jack, but that's what I love about a footballer, like one that can stand their ground. And he nearly got the header. He was just a little bit too short.
I tell you what, though, it was just nice to see an England player get the ball and run and actually want to take players on. That's what impressed me about Saka. Because are you ready for this, Jade?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, there he is.
No. Oh, no.
He's not very happy. He just ate about 6 snuts, from his mouth. Oh, those big nostrils that drip lovely. Oh, dear.
His eyes as well.
I mean, can you see what I mean? Even the cartoon looks creepy.
Yeah, it's creepy. I don't like him.
He's looking at you, Jade.
God, I don't like him. Stop it. I'm not looking.
He's thinking, oh, maybe I could pixie nose of Jade and eat them,
And if these English snuts are as tasty as the German ones.
Maybe they are a bit chewy, Maybe they just chew in the mouth a bit longer.
Try the Lord Cuisine in Wembley.
Chippers says, I think Joachim Low has worse hygiene than me. No, Chippers. No. Nobody has worse hygiene than you, mate.
Chippers, I don't want to know.
No. Tom says Hungary were favourites to win the World Cup. That's true. Hungary were favourites to win the World Cup in 54, but lost in the final to West Germany. Junior says 4-1 Germany. 2010. Yes, we remember 2010.
I'm not talking about that because I'm still furious about 2010.
That yeah. I think she said we still would have lost, but we should have scored. Good evening, Keith. Nice. Hope you're well. Anthony says, I'm confident. It's our time to beat them. That's it. That's Anthony. Let's get a bit of confidence. Lee says, I think Joachim Low has worse hygiene than someone from Pennywell, or is that not possible? Well, maybe, Lee, just maybe he has relatives from Pennywell. Because,
definitely. His dad's his brother.
Yes. Maybe he's got a sister in Pennywell who he's previously made love to. I don't know. I can't believe I just said that. Tom says Spain have won 5-3, so Spain progress. into the quarterfinals.
What a game that was.
It was. I mean,
Poor
really,
Croatia.
Spain struggling against the Zimmer frames. I think just says how far Spain have fallen away.
That
really,
first one, I feel like, I've, as a previous goalkeeper,
I haven't seen it.
So he went to kind of get his body right to make the pass and completely missed the ball, and it just rolled behind him. And I feel like as a professional footballer, like that, it's embarrassing. But obviously he's made up for it. But
like that shouldn't happen.
No, but obviously as a goalkeeper myself back in the day, if you make a mistake anywhere else on the pitch, it's fine, it's forgiven. But unfortunately, when you're between the sticks, it makes it worse.
It certainly gets noticed more.
Yeah.
Lee says, I wouldn't drop Sterling for the simple reason he's our leading goal scorer so far in the tournament, which warrants a start. Do you know what? I know. It's hard. Maybe drop Harry Kane, Put Sterling up front.
Sterling up front.
So then we can fit them all in. Sterling up front. Sancho right, Grealish left, Foden behind Sterling.
I mean, it's a nice problem to have, isn't it? Kind of like we've got good players up front to kind of, but I just feel like he's not. He's not making. No, he's not making.
Never in a million years are you going to drop Harry Kane. Our defense is solid, so we have every chance to beat the Germans. My granddad was prisoner of war, so it's kind of personal for me. My arse will be twitching tomorrow, that's for sure. My granddad was a prisoner of war. Sadly, he's no longer here, but he was in a German prison camp. Survived it all. So he didn't really have a lot of good things to say about the Germans when England played them.
I can imagine.
A lot of that generation who now maybe from the war sadly no longer with us. But there's always going to be that England, Germany, you know, the war's always going to be brought up into it. And the 10 German Bombers song is without doubt going to be sung tomorrow, even though a lot of the media have or from England's point of view, they don't really want to hear songs like that. They're going to hear songs like that.
Well, tough shit, innit? It's part of the game. Probably just mute her out with crowd sounds or something.
Yes, exactly. Just been watching Spain and Croatia. What a game, says Keith. No team has been really outstanding. Some really poor games. There has been some poor games, but there's also been some good games. I've quite enjoyed the tournament. I've liked watching certain teams. I mean, I never ever thought in a million years I would watch a performance from the Czechs like I did yesterday. I know they were against 10 men for the second half, but De Ligt was just amazingly stupid to handball that. And then obviously the sending off, but you still have to win the game. And, a lot of managers come out and say, how many of you heard say, well, it's harder against 10 men than it is against 11. So,
yeah, the high all behind the ball, don't they?
Exactly. But they buckled down, won the game. And, I think there's a lot of Dutch players will be heading for Amsterdam tonight. I wouldn't drop Jack Grealish, as Craig. Lee says, I agree with Geordie. I would start Trippier over Shaw because Trippier has pace to get forward.
Yeah, on the right side, maybe.
So does Luke Shaw, though, Jade. And Luke Shaw has a left foot.
No, that's what I mean. Like, why put Trippier over Shaw when he's a fucking right-footed player? He's going down. He's going to have to do a little turn, kick it in like he did against bloody Croatia, and it's a waste of time. If you've got Shaw, he's got pace, he's getting down, he can get it in first time, not have to get it onto your right foot and get it in. I understand, I do like Trippier, but if you're that desperate, take out Walker. If you're that desperate to play Trippier, take out Walker. Don't take out a naturally left-footed player who can get down the channels and get you a cross in. To me, that does not make sense. But who am I?
Is that your rage of the week done now?
That was, there we go. Yeah. It's been a while. So
hashtag rage of the week.
That's the segment.
Lee says England 3, Germany 1. You've heard it here first. Good on you, Lee. Good on you. Tom says things I hate about England versus Germany. People who want to link it to World War II, 80 years on, get over it. Both my granddads fought in the war. So what? Say it how it is, Tom.
10 German bombers in.
Yeah, but unfortunately, Tom, I think you're in the minority about not sort of linking it to the war.
Yeah, I do get it. I mean, it's part of our history. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of a long history of Germany versus England. I feel like even though we weren't a part of the war, we still hear the stories about what they did.
Listen, and if it wasn't for our forefathers, we would be under the German regime right now.
Speaking Germany. Yes. It would all be Germany.
It would be England again. It would be Germany against the English Germans tomorrow. Lisa's 10 German bombers in the air, and the RAF from England shot one down. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that username. I'll call you Fazlia. What time start hero Germany, ye England? 5 p.m.
5 p.m.
I take it she's asking when it starts.
Shitty time.
Yeah, it's a terrible time, but I've seen loads of people get emails from the bosses today saying you can finish at 4.
Oh, must be nice.
And we go, yeah.
We got told we can put it on in the background, but we must answer the phone still. I was like,
you're working from home though, aren't you?
Yeah. So we can put it on in the background, but you got to cut it on silent. And if you're on the phone, you've got to mute it because, heaven forbid, for half an hour of your time.
They could really, I'm hearing that BT are doing a lot of work on the lines in heaven tomorrow.
I heard that, but I had my COVID vaccine yesterday.
Oh.
And I feel like the side effects are just starting to...
Nice.
Come on, I'm getting a bit of... No,
Which one did you have?
Pfizer.
Oh, you're all right with that one.
Yeah, just my arm's completely dead today, but that's about it. I've had no other side effects, but get vaccinated, people.
Good. Junior says you prefer to play against Germany. We've answered that one. Billy says Germany won England 5 was the last night of my honeymoon in Rhodes.
Oh my God.
And I was attacked with an ashtray by an old German woman who can only be described as Hitler's daughter for cheering the goals loudly. Wow, Billy. Jesus Christ, man.
What a story. Like an ashtray.
Everyone has a special memory of Germany, of England playing Germany, and poor Billy, the only memory he's got is some old German with a tash whacking them over the head with an ashtray.
Your newly wife wasn't really pleased about that.
Yeah, I don't think that would have gone down well for your honeymoon, but never mind. Keith says Sancho's got to start tomorrow. Would you give Bellingham a chance? He's also getting time at Dortmund. Look, he's one of the big players in Dortmund. So is Sancho. But I don't think Bellingham... I think he may come on a substitute tomorrow, but I don't think he'll start the game. James's team is Pickford, Walker, Stones, Maguire, Shaw, Phillips, Rice, Foden, Sterling, Sancho and Kane. So he's gone for Sancho, and so there's no Grealish there.
Is Mount out of his isolation yet?
I don't think he is. I don't think he'll be playing tomorrow.
Him and Chilwell, isn't it?
Yeah.
I should not really ask about Chilwell.
Which is the stupidest thing I've ever heard of, really.
But the manager didn't have to when he was hugging them.
No, the whole Scotland team didn't have to. What's that about, man?
Fixed.
Honestly, man, it's pathetic, this COVID shit now. Look at Wimbledon today. Have you seen Wimbledon?
Yeah.
Centre court is packed, right? Nobody wearing a mask. Not one.
Literally... Obviously, all if the Facebook moms and stuff were furious about that because they couldn't go to their kids' sports day. Aye. But Wimbledon's packed, and I was like, "Oh God, it doesn't make no sense."
My little one had my son had his first communion on Saturday, right? And he was dressed up in his proper, black trousers and his little red tie, and he looked amazing, right? But there was only me and his mum, and his sister's allowed to go. No grandparents, no partners, no nothing. And the church was literally 3/4 empty. And then you go and turn on the telly and you see Wimbledon because it's one of the government's, practice things for COVID. I mean, do us a favour, fuck off. You know what I mean? I've had enough of it now.
I'm sick of it.
Let us all live our lives now, for God's sake.
They've literally just made an embarrassment of everything, haven't they? They've just completely.
I know people have passed away and stuff like that. I understand that, but at the same time, we have to get on with life. And it should be up to us whether we want to wear a mask in public or in a shop now. Just let us get on with life. Anyway, rant over. Annie, good evening. We just signed Nathan Baker after we released him earlier this month. I saw that.
That sounds very Newcastle-like.
Yeah, I found that very bizarre. I really do. And by the way, I have released a video earlier on today. Latest transfer news from Newcastle. Just with who we've been linked with over the weekend and things like that. There's no official news coming out of Newcastle of anything at the minute, so it's all just rumours. We haven't even got a fucking strip for next season, to be honest. So,
do we know who fucking still plays for her?
We'll be playing in there. It'll be skins against strips next season. Newcastle will always have to play with no tops on.
Did you see that one of Lauren Robert when he came out in his underpants? Aye. And they're like, "This is Newcastle United."
Yeah. Newcastle's new strip for next season, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to see it. You know what I mean? I just want to see what we've actually got. Never mind.
Yeah. God,
Tom says Joachim Low's surname is actually pronounced Löw, like Barry White. Oh, that's even worse. Oh, Jade, can you imagine? Hello, Jade. Come on, let's dance. He's looking at you, Jade. He's staring right at you.
If I wasn't gay before, you've just turned us.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh.
I mean, look,
God.
you see that stuff around his mouth? That's not stubble. That's just snot stains. And whatever he's been munching from down his pants.
Like, but obviously he knows, like, everyone knows now what he does, but he continues to do it. He hasn't changed his actions.
But I don't think he does. I don't think he actually realises, Jade. Otherwise, why, in all humanity, would you sit there scratching and sniffing? It's just not on, man. It's horrible.
Is he married?
Well, I think he's got a wedding ring on. But then again, God knows in Germany, I mean, it could be married to anything. Just got home from filming Top Gear. I flipped a brand new car after doing 120 miles an hour, Paul. I will send you the bill. BBC can't afford to cover it. Well, cheers, mate. Thanks very much for that. James says Gundogan and Rudiger could be out for the match for the Germans tomorrow. Rudiger's been playing quite well, but saying that, he is prone to making a mistake as Rudiger. So I think, I don't know. But who's going to come in for him? You know, I mean, have they got a decent backup for him? Good evening, Sean. Hope you're well, mate. Keith says Joachim Löw always looks untidy. Looks as if he could do with a good, I take it that's a bar of soap.
Scrub.
It's good scrub. Yeah. He gives himself a good scrub during the match, though, doesn't he?
He does. Stop it.
Yes. You see his pants?
They
are covered in the little critters that live down there, you know. Anyway, Billy says that isn't Löw's Adam's apple. It's a Winnet. Oh, Billy! Chipper says, at least your German is better than your Kerry Katona. Hey, sod off, Chipper.
Hey, careful.
Don't beat down on my Kerry Katona. You know, the sausage rolls a pound. You know. James says the German looks like he belongs to some Beatles tribute band with that haircut. Actually, yeah. He
looks like
really
Howard from
does.
the Big
Look at
Bang
that.
Theory.
Yeah, he does. Maybe he's Paul McCartney's love child.
Oh, poor Paul McCartney.
I know, but it does look like him. That's a bit worrying to me.
God. File man.
Gary, good evening. Germany will beat us 3-0. Southgate is useless. Ollie says going to be... You what, Jade?
How you really feel?
Yes, exactly. Well, you did a couple of minutes ago.
I do. I encourage it.
Another rant of the week.
Encourage it.
Ollie says going to be a difficult game. We need to be quicker in moving the ball forward. Nervous day ahead tomorrow. Confidence, though, it's coming home, says Ollie. We do need to be quicker moving the ball, Jade. Bringing out a defence into midfield and quicker on the attack, because Germany are just going to sit off us, soak it up if we play as slow as we are, because that's going to get us nowhere playing that kind of pace.
It's ridiculous. It's kind of like you literally like have us screaming at the screen, like, go pass it there quickly, do it, and it's like slow. It's like watching them in slow motion.
Yeah, it's
like they're running in mud and they're like, the
sideways, the backwards.
We'll go back, and I'm like, really no, like completely miss out. Get it straight forward, and it's like, that when it was Sterling, I was just like, pass it to Walker. Pass it to Walker. Like, pass it to Walker. Yeah. And I was like, but like, you can't see it. Why can't you see that? I'm like, you don't try and do too much. They run into trouble too much. And I'm like, use your players around you. You're all very good players that can find space, so use that. Yeah. Don't just try and take 5 players on. You're not Saint Maximum. Calm yourself down.
It's on the halfway line when they knock it back the goalkeeper from the halfway line, and I'm like, rah! Yeah, I'm
but you know what? It's like, that is horrible. Like, how unlucky are we that we have to watch that drivel and Newcastle? Yeah. It's like carbon copies. Gets to halfway over, can't go any further than that.
Painful. It's painful. Keith says the time has come for England to beat the Germans.
I agree, Keith. I agree with that.
Yes.
It's our time. I've got a feeling in my gut.
The German players will be old enough for a bus pass before long. Kroos, Hummels and Neuer are so old. That being said, watch them turn us over. Look,
your mama is so old. That's not a joke.
Yeah. I mean, they are. I mean, Neuer must be touching 40 now, surely. Thoughts on the rumour that regardless of the results, Southgate is getting a new contract to stay manager of England? Yeah, we spoke about this earlier.
Sounds right.
I think it's an absolute disgrace, quite honestly. I don't know whether anybody else watches Mark Goldbridge on YouTube, does the United Stand, and he also does That's Football. He's already had his say on that as well, and he just can't believe it. He's not a big fan of Southgate, and neither am I, to be honest. I really, really, really want to see somebody else in, a more attacking manager, a proven manager, a world-class manager, not somebody who gets sacked by Middlesbrough and then gets an England job. I mean, Christ, how does that happen? Billy says Hummels versus Kane in a foot race will be some spectacle. Both have the pace of an asthmatic three-legged tortoise. Yes, Billy, you're right with that. All that comes to mind is the Faulty Towers German episode. Oh, God, there's been so many. I mean, Allo, Allo. Did you ever see that, Jade? You're a liar.
I'm not. I haven't seen it. I know of it. I know what it is. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, the policeman. I was just pissing by the door. He couldn't really speak a French accent. Wouldn't admit to having a whore. Who's got a whore?
And who?
Tom says, I have a history degree, massively interested in both world wars, the interwar period, the rise of the Nazism. That's fine, but that's not modern day Germany or Germans. Damn right it's not. Let's be honest here. I mean, Germany is a fantastic country to go and visit. I've been there a few times. I haven't really stayed there very long because it was with the ice hockey that I went to Germany for. So I didn't get to see much of it, but I really want to go to Berlin. I really want to go to the beer festival in Munich. I think that would be an absolute, I think that would be fantastic just to get a group of us to go over there to a Lagerfest. And oh my God, it would be carnage. James is one of my relatives went on holiday to Germany and said that they sold merchandise about the war. And if that's got nothing to do with modern Germany, I don't know what it has. Oh, Jesus Christ. Billy says Billy Gilmore was the only positive result the Jocks got. Oh, God. I see Newcastle look like they're going to miss out on him as well, by the way.
Is anyone shocked? Going to Norwich, isn't he?
Looks like he's agreed terms with Norwich. I mean, it comes to something when we now can't compete with Norwich City. It's heartbreaking, really. Heartbreaking. And he says, I once had a German girlfriend. 5 minutes into our relationship, she started speaking about that 4-1 2010. I broke up with her instantly.
Good lad.
Well, that's fair enough, Annie. What time would play Germany versus England? It's 5 o'clock start here in the UK. Annie says, I didn't have a German girlfriend, by the way. I've never had a girlfriend.
No.
Hang on. Jade, I'm sure I've got a mini violin in my pockets. I mean, what does he want us to do? Start playing that bloody love song from the radio?
We'll find you one. But
Annie,
how old is he?
Was just a lonely boy in Bristol.
Is he 14?
Supporting Bristol City with nothing else in life. He knew that Bristol City were shit. Anyway.
I was going to say, we can't really put out advert for 14-year-old girls. That'll give the wrong impression.
Yeah, exactly. Somebody on Facebook, by the way, has put a very angry face emoji. Not sure why that is. Maybe they're German.
Maybe.
That's love. Tom says, the cheap stripy plastic bags you get in the markets. We'll be playing in the black and white versions of those. I have a feeling you're right, Tom. Let's be honest about it. Billy says Löw's favourite German team is Mönchengladbach.
Oh,
Billy. I mean, as if Jade isn't feeling sick enough after this show. What happened, said Sajjad. I'm not... what happened? Well, it was 1941. There was a bloke called Hitler, had a very funny little thing on his top lip. Was an absolute crazy.
He was a dick.
He was a dick. He was mental, absolute mental pot. And he said he tried to take over Europe, sent lots of tanks and planes everywhere, blew loads of things up, tried to take on the English and failed miserably because our Winston knocked him for 6.
History 101 with Paul Ditchburn.
Yes, thank you very much. I'm here all week. Chip says sausage rolls €1. No, not €1. Not €1. It's a pound.
It's a pound. A pound.
Good evening, Stevie Bruce. Stand down, Brucey, stand down. A new song by The Beat. Okay. The sausage rolls are €1. Okay. Oh, I went into a bit of Scottish there. I don't know why. Anthony says 2-1 England. The game will be remembered as Southgate's revenge. Okay.
Ooh, yeah, he's got a history, hasn't he?
Yes, he has. Steve is saying, is Paul a closet German with that Bayer Leverkusen shirt on?
That was a
No.
poorly chosen shirt, Paul, for this.
It was indeed. However, I do actually like a bit of Bayer Leverkusen. I do follow them quite a bit in Germany, to be fair. Ryan says, we are selling 6 players this summer. Roman is bankrolling the Haaland deal, 600k a week. Also, Paul and Jade, Love Island starts soon. Give me a break, Ryan. No, Jade. No, there's none of that on this channel. Annie says he's 35, is Neuer.
I was like, fucking hell, son, you look good for your age.
Aye. Southgate is the FA's golden boy, so I'm not surprised he's been given a new contract.
Yeah, that's true.
Chipper says, Oz auf Wiedersehen, Pet calls them Erics. Calls them all Erics. Auf Wiedersehen, Pet. Tell me you've seen that, Jade. Tell me you've seen that.
I know of it.
We're going to have a talk. Actually, I just got the box sets for Father's Day, so I'm pretty impressed with them. Steve says it was a comment. It was a comment Tom put on before he deleted it. He said, I have a whore, but it's supposed to be about a history degree. Right. And then Tom goes on to say, yeah, predictive text, not great.
Not wrong with having a whore, Tom. You do you.
Speak for yourself, Jade. Speak for yourself. Euro 2021, Joachim Löw's sweaty sniffing trousers and underpants will be on eBay by the end of the tournament for anyone who is interested. I will personally buy them for you, Jade, because I know how much they'll mean to you.
Yeah, dead canny.
Yes, I know. Paul, Annie says, Paul, I hope you realise that you're wrong about my club. Look, I actually, Annie, if you look back over the time, I've always said that I'd love to see Bristol City in the Premier League. I really would. And I still stand by that. I do think they deserve a shot. Ryan says, Annie, get yourself on Love Island. He's not old enough. Chipper says, Paul, are you still on Love Island at 9? No, I'm not. I don't know whether you saw me appearing on a show on Friday night with the Loaded Boys, Jade. I was guesting on their show. And one of them... for some strange reason, just came out with, and our next guest has took time away, in preparation for his appearance on Love Island. We've got Paul from the Toon Review. Now
that is the greatest introduction.
yeah, but obviously the likes of Chippers and that have just jumped on it.
Oh, of course, he's going to run with that, isn't he?
Yeah, of course he is. Oh, hang on. I've missed it. Oh, well, look who it is. Oh, this isn't funny, by the way. Emily, that's not funny. Not funny in the
That's
slightest.
why there's a green screen behind him, so you can't see where he is.
Oh, look at you jumping on the bandwagon.
Oh, I think it's funny.
Look at the parents jumping on the bandwagon now.
But if you win, can you share your winnings with
Oh, you can kiss me ass.
I've got a text.
Yes. Shut up. Junior says, you really don't want to play against France. No, we don't. We really don't.
Well, we're going to have to if we're going to be winners.
Oh, so here we go. Lee says, Paul, what time does Love Island start? I'm looking forward to your appearance tonight. You can all just go away. Jonathan says, hi, Paul. Hi, Jade. How are you both doing?
Hi,
we're
Jonathan.
fine. Annie says, we're a great club and are going to the Premier League whilst you'll be relegated to the Championship. See, I was just nice about
a great
Bristol
club
City.
then. Don't try to be nice to you.
Yeah.
You come up with that stuff like that.
Luke says, Paul, who you got your eye on in the Villa? Do you know what?
Susan. There is a girl. No, Karen, wasn't it? It's a Susan. Sharon.
What about Sharon?
I just feel like should be a nice fit for you. Paul and Sharon. You want to couple up?
Jade, what's the matter with you two? You're sitting there in your little hive, the pair of yous. You know, one of you's on camera, one of you's is Emily's sitting watching, just thinking, ooh, what can I come up with next?
Everyone else gets to have fun with you.
Not me co-host, though. Jesus Christ. Oh, I can't believe I just put that comment back up again. What an idiot. Lisa's Bristol City with lots of poo emojis. Tom says, you've got to watch Auf Wiedersehen, Pet, especially series 1 and 2. That is the box set that I've got, series 1 and 2, Jade. So I'll have to lend you it. and then you'll be able to. It's Jade. They go bricklaying in Germany. It's just hilarious, man. Jimmy Neal's in it. It's superb. Chipper says Paul got a text, and Chippers will be getting a swift punch in the middle of the face. Jonathan says Bristol City are not good enough for the Premier League as yet. They will do a Sunderland going up, going down. Ryan says, Paul, how did John's date go? I don't know how John's date went. Apparently it went okay. I think he put it on Twitter, like he puts his whole life on Twitter. So apparently it went well, and good luck though. He deserves a bit of happiness. A Will says, hi Paul, hope you're having a lovely day. I am, thank you very much. Emily says, Paul's pulling all the women for a quick chat. Oh, see, this has just slowly turned away from the Euros, and I don't know why. And Emily, you have a lot to answer for on here.
She's naughty.
I know. Oh my God, Michael.
What, Michael?
Jesus, Michael, I don't know what to say, man. I mean, it's just. Michael
doesn't need it though. He's going.
Michael is Jade. You know what it is, Michael? You are a fantastic contributor to this channel. No, you don't comment much or anything, but you do enjoy the content, and then you put in super chats like that, man. I honestly, I'm blown away, completely blown away. Thank you so much again.
That's amazing.
Top man. You're actually, I mean, what can you say? What can you say about that? I mean, it's just incredible. Chippers, I hope you're watching. It's like, you ask people to donate to the channel and stuff like that. I mean, Michael's basically running the channel by himself. So
through the Michael Marsden's Toon review.
Michael, he's just, I mean, honestly, I'm going to start. Dude. I think we should start putting up Toon reviews sponsored by Michael Marsden. I really do. I mean, he is like a sponsor to us, really, isn't he? Michael, if you've got a company, man, give us a shout. Give us a DM on Twitter or whatever. If you've got a company, and we'll put your company name on the sponsorship, because you practically are sponsoring the channel with these weekly gestures you're giving us. It's incredible, man. So, get yourself, if you run a company or you've got a company you'd like us to put on the screen, then do it, because you deserve it, man. Ryan says 3 weeks of love sex on TV.
Love sex.
Unreal Michael says Chippers, as does Annie. Yep, it's incredible. Lee says, who needs Tommy Fury when you can have Paul instead? Check Love Island out tonight. Oh, you're loving this, aren't you? You are loving this, you. You and that little shit next to you, you're both loving it. Unbelievable. Judy, good evening. Love Island.
There we go.
As long as he doesn't show his peninsula. Judy, good evening. Haven't heard from you for a while. I hope you're well. But shut up.
She's got a lot of penked up, comments not being allowed on Monday night. So
obviously, just to let you know as well, the Four Horsemen will be back a week tonight. The 5th of July, we will be returning to your YouTube screens. God help us. Lee's applauding Michael, as is Keith. Tom says, always think fondly of Bristol City. February 92, Keegan appointed NUFC manager's first game, 3-0 win against Bristol City, the beginning of 5 years of absolute fun. This has suddenly gone away from the Euros. I don't know why, but we've come to the end anyway. We've come to the hour, so I'll just fly through these last few comments. Can't stand Love Island, but I will watch it if Love Machine Paul is on there, flashing the chest for all the lasses. Jesus Christ. Chipper says Paul will be paired with Susan Boyle in the villa. Chippers, I'm glad you can type that out, because when I see you, I'm going to punch your face in.
He's got like 5 punches saved up for you.
Damn right, he'd be sucking milkshakes for 6 months because he'll have no teeth. Evening, Thomas. Hope you're well. Jonathan says Paul is a great man. How are people leave Paul alone? Thank you, mate. I really appreciate that.
Jonathan.
Annie says, Michael, you can always retract it. Oh, shut up. Annie, you want to be joking
just because we give great content, Annie, because we're a good football club.
Well, that's £130 towards Paul's new mankini on Love Island.
It's like just Barbara Archers.
This isn't. Oh no, Jade, man, what's the matter with you? I bet she's out of camera, probably chuckling away and all.
Yeah.
Both of you sitting there like little sort of, witches. No, witches.
Witches.
Sitting around your cauldron. So what formation would you play against Germany? Come on then, Jade.
4-1-3-1.
Yeah, we need 11 players, Jade.
How many is that? It's hard because I tried to work it out the other day where I was trying to put like who I would play where. And I only want one central defender in Calvin Phillips. And I want the rest to be like Kane, Foden, Grealish, and like Sancho behind them. But it's kind of trying to get them to be where they're suited, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Look, it's going to be 4-2-4. That's what it's going to be. I believe anyway, with the holding midfielders, and then you've got, but I don't know. We'll see what he does. Emily, you can really get lost now. He won't need the super chat when he wins Love Island. I'm just going to run through these final comments before ending the show because I'm going to throw this laptop out the window in a minute. I've been ganged up on by my own side. But my own side have ganged up on me, chucked me off the plank.
Oh, it's good job you can
Andrew
take
says,
it.
anyone just watched Croatia Spain? Yeah, it was a great match. Apparently, I haven't seen
hi,
extra time. France are getting beat.
Shut up.
Switzerland have scored against France. My God.
Oh my God, was it Fabian?
Yeah. Thomas says, Paul, you won't believe the offer in Iceland. 5 boxes of cereal for £10. 5 boxes a week, the pig's £10.
Don't Iceland sponsor Love Island?
Shut your pie hole, Jade.
It's all connecting the dots now.
It's not. No, you're not. Thomas says, yes, 4 horsemen back. Yes, I'm really looking forward to 4 horsemen. That should be great. All the insults I'm going to get on that. Day 1, Paul gets a text to meet John in the back. Shut there. Judy says, everyone smash a like. Also here, Chippers, you bonk muffin. Oh, my God.
Fucking hell. YouTube.
No, not. Lee says, we all know how John got those white marks on his shirt. It was from his and Paul's moment on Love Island. Bristol City are crap. Stay in the championship, please.
Nice note to end.
Anyone watching? No, I don't even talk about Love Island. Paul, you're taking some stick tonight. I always do, and I'm getting stick from my own side, which is more hurtful than any. Those two, one on camera, one not on camera. Bloody Jade and Emily there sitting in the cauldron.
They've tag team
ganged up on me. Just ganged up on me and destroyed me. Only joking, Paul. You're a top legend of a bloke and an honour to know. Now off you pop to the beach and chase them lasses. Oh, yeah, you're loving this. You really are. You can't even speak for laughing now. What's the best thing about living in Switzerland? I don't know, but the flag is a big plus.
I'll never forget that time when Fabian shared on and someone put, is he injured?
Yeah.
And I was like, no, he's just Swiss. And they're like, what does that mean? I was like, oh, I can't. Is he injured?
Right, James, you can get lost because he keeps on just saying Love Island. Love Island tonight. Oh, yeah. Judy says, to be fair, John's probably doing a Love Island watch along. I wouldn't surprise me. Chipper says, hashtag Paul, hashtag Love Island. What time's Love Island? I got a text. I'd watch that. Shut up, Emily. Vote Paul. 9 James. Oh, God. Who watches Love Island? Paul will win it alone. Fuck the lasses. I'm done. I'm officially done. I've been ganged up on by the people that I thought would never betray me.
That was a good compliment, though.
Yeah, fine. Whatever you want to make it. Anyway, that is it. We have come to the end of a very, very, very strange match preview, which kind of got out of hand later on. Me and that traitor in the opposite me there will be back at around 7 o'clock tomorrow night with the match reaction live. Now, obviously, if it does go to extra time and penalties, then we'll just go live straight after the game. So whenever that may be. But if the game finishes on time, we'll start just after 7. and see what kind of mood we're in. But until then, guys, thank you very much for the comments. Well, some of them anyway. I really... No, you won't see me then at all, Emily, because I'm in the huff with you now. I never thought I'd be betrayed. And again, thank you to Michael for the fantastic £130 super chat. That is just amazing, mate. Thank you very much again. And like I say, get in contact with me if you've got a company or anything you want to put on the screen as a sponsor, because I really do believe that you are personally sponsoring this channel. There's no doubt about it. But thanks very much, everybody. Thank you for watching. If you're watching the rerun, thank you for watching that as well. I'm not actually on Love Island, despite what everybody says. I'm sitting in my studio here, just, well, I don't know what I'm doing after this, but never mind. But in the meantime, guys, thank you very much for watching. We'll catch you tomorrow night in the match reaction. Come on, England. Take care, everybody.
Coming home.
Good night.
Be strong.